Madagascar has been thrust into turmoil as widespread protests erupt across the nation. The unrest, which began as a response to ongoing frustrations, has quickly escalated into a full-blown political crisis. Tensions have been simmering for months, but recent events have pushed the situation to a breaking point. The streets of Antananarivo, the capital, are now filled with demonstrators demanding change. This video will guide you through the key events, the main actors, and the consequences of this dramatic moment in Madagascar's history. Human cost of the protest is staggering. According to the United Nations, at least 22 people have lost their lives since the demonstrations began. The violence has not spared anyone. Both protesters and innocent bystanders have been caught in the crossfire. The UN also reports that over 100 people have been injured, highlighting the severity of the crackdown. These numbers are a grim reminder of the stakes involved and the dangers faced by those who take to the streets to demand change. Response from security forces has been harsh and, according to many, disproportionate. Reports indicate that both demonstrators and passers-by have been killed by members of the security forces. The violence didn't stop there. Looting and chaos followed, with gangs and individuals taking advantage of the disorder. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, expressed shock at the violent response, calling out the excessive use of force by authorities. New generation is at the forefront of this uprising. Mobilized largely through social media, thousands of young people, self-identified as Gen Z, have taken to the streets. Their movement, named after their generation, has become a powerful force, channeling the frustrations of youth into organized protest. Their demands have evolved beyond initial complaints about water and electricity shortages, now targeting broader issues of governance and leadership. Protests did not emerge overnight. For months, people in Madagascar have endured frequent water and electricity cuts, fueling widespread frustration. These daily hardships have eroded trust in the government and set the stage for mass mobilization. The initial anger over basic services quickly transformed into a broader movement, questioning the legitimacy and effectiveness of the country's leadership. Facing mounting pressure, President Andry Rajoelina addressed the nation in a solemn speech. In a dramatic move, he announced the dismissal of his entire government, including the long-serving Prime Minister Christian Ence. This decision was intended to quell the unrest, but many see it as a desperate attempt to maintain control in the face of growing opposition. President Rajoelina is no stranger to political turmoil. He first came to power in 2009 after a coup that followed a popular uprising. Since then, he has been a central figure in Madagascar's politics, winning elections in 2018 and again in 2023, though both victories were contested. His leadership has often been marked by controversy and public dissatisfaction. Monday, the protests reached a new peak. More people joined than during previous rallies, many dressed in black, as a sign of mourning and solidarity. The march began at the University of Antananarivo, with demonstrators chanting for the president's resignation. Their unity and determination sent a clear message to the authorities and the world. Protesters' demands have become increasingly direct. Chants calling for President Rajoelina to step down echoed through the streets. The slogan, Rajoelina, Degage, meaning Rajoelina, get out, has become a rallying cry for the movement. This direct challenge to the president's authority marks a significant escalation in the political crisis. International community has not remained silent. The United Nations has strongly condemned the use of unnecessary force by security forces, noting that some officers fired live ammunition at protesters. Human rights organizations have echoed these concerns, urging the Malagasy government to respect the rights of its citizens and to seek peaceful solutions. Despite mounting evidence, the Malagasy Ministry of Foreign Affairs has disputed the official death toll, denying the UN's report of 22 deaths. This denial has only fueled further mistrust between the government and the public, deepening the sense of crisis and uncertainty in the country. Gen Z movement has adopted unique symbols to unite its members. One notable example is the pirate flag from the manga One Piece, which has become a sign of solidarity and resistance. This symbol, already used in protests in Indonesia and Nepal, now waves in Madagascar as a sign of defiance and hope for change. The movement's name, Gen Z, refers to those born between the late 1990s and early 2010s. This generation, connected and mobilized through digital platforms, is now a driving force in Madagascar's political landscape. Their energy, creativity, and determination are reshaping the country's future and inspiring others to join the call for change. Among the many signs and banners carried by protesters, one slogan stands out: "We want to live, not just survive." This phrase has become emblematic of the movement, capturing the deep desire for dignity, opportunity, and a better life. It reflects the broader aspirations of a generation determined to shape its own destiny. As Madagascar stands at a crossroads, the outcome of this crisis remains uncertain. The courage of the protesters, the government's response, and the attention of the international community will all play crucial roles in shaping what comes next. One thing is clear, the voices of Madagascar's youth have changed the conversation, and the country will never be the same.